By the time you finish this video, hundreds of people will have crossed the $1 million mark. The number of millionaires in the world is exploding. According to the UBS Global Wealth Report, there are now 4 times as many millionaires as there were at the start of the 2000s. But where are all these new millionaires coming from? Which industries are creating them, and what do they all have in common? Well, that's what we're breaking down today. Here are the industries that created the most millionaires in recent years. In 2024 alone, almost 684,000 people became millionaires. That's about 2,000 people every single day. The United States leads the pack, creating over 379,000 new millionaires in 1 year. More than half of the global total. Emerging markets are catching up fast. In India, around 40,000 people became millionaires in a year. That's 1 every 15 minutes. Whole neighborhoods are moving from middle class to millionaire status in less than a decade. China continues to produce more millionaires than any country outside the US. But it's not universal. Some countries are actually losing millionaires. The UK and Japan saw declines last year as wealthy individuals left or watched their fortunes shrink against the dollar. So while the overall wealth pie is growing, the slices aren't equal. Only a few industries are really doing the heavy lifting. Which industries are producing millionaires, and why do they keep doing it decade after decade? Let's take them one by one. First is real estate. Real estate is one of the most reliable millionaire factories in the world. Property is the largest single asset class for high net worth individuals, with nearly 27% of their wealth tied up in real estate. In the US, top real estate agents and small brokers regularly reach millionaire status through commissions. In cities like Dubai and Manila, property prices surged 44% and 21% between 2019 and 2023, creating tens of thousands of new millionaires. The mechanism is straightforward: leverage. With a down payment, you control an asset far bigger than your cash investment. If the property appreciates, your equity can snowball. A single rental portfolio or a few flipped homes can push a disciplined investor past millionaire status in less than a decade. In India, nearly 1 in 5 new millionaires cited real estate as their main wealth source in the last 5 years. Second is healthcare and medical services. Healthcare and medical services are massive millionaire generators. During the pandemic, dozens of new healthcare billionaires appeared. But far more interesting is the wave of new millionaires in pharmaceuticals, clinics, and medtech. In India, generics supply over 20% of the world's drugs. Mid-size manufacturers and distributors built fortunes during the pandemic. In the US, private equity bought up dental practices and outpatient clinics, turning ordinary doctors into millionaire business owners once their practices sold. Medtech companies minted waves of millionaire employees through stock options. Even suppliers making parts for scanners or pumps quietly became millionaires. Healthcare is unique because demand never drops. People will always need medicine, tests, and treatment. That stability makes it a reliable millionaire factory. Third is fashion and retail. Fashion and retail have been consistent sources of new millionaires, especially in the last 5 years. Consumer demand is endless, and the internet has leveled the playing field. Shopify reports over 5 million merchants run stores on its platform. Thousands have crossed 7-figure sales. Amazon tells a similar story. In the US alone, over 60,000 sellers generate more than $1 million annually. Most e-commerce, dropshipping, and direct-to-consumer brands fail. But because so many people try, even a small success rate creates tens of thousands of millionaires. Fourth is manufacturing and supply chains. Manufacturing quietly creates huge wealth. Over the last decade, it created more new billionaires than any other industry. Packaging companies supplying Amazon sellers, furniture makers for IKEA, textile producers for Shine. All crossed the 7-figure mark simply by owning a piece of the production puzzle. Margins in manufacturing aren't glamorous. But once you supply a product at volume, profits can snowball. In China, the EV boom created waves of millionaires beyond Tesla. Companies making batteries, wiring, and components built fortunes fast. In Germany, small to medium family-owned companies called Mittelstand dominate niche markets, producing essential products few others make. Think back to the gold rush. The people who got rich weren't miners, they were suppliers. Levi Strauss sold jeans, Samuel Brannan sold picks and shovels. The modern millionaire machine works the same way. Fifth is of finance and investments. Finance reliably creates millionaires every year. Hedge fund managers, bankers, private equity partners, and venture capitalists cross seven figures through bonuses, carried interest, and equity stakes. At firms like Goldman Sachs, Blackstone, or KKR, senior partners and even mid-level executives regularly make millions. Becoming a millionaire here is expected after a decade or two. Managing billions means even a small cut turns careers into fortunes. The problem? It's not accessible to everyone. You can't just walk into Goldman Sachs and start managing a billion-dollar fund. Sixth is tech and startups. Tech dominates creating first-generation millionaires. Tech accounts for over 20% of the world's billionaires. And tens of thousands of new millionaires have emerged through IPOs, acquisitions, and stock options. Airbnb's IPO in 2020 instantly turned hundreds of employees into millionaires. Companies like Stripe, Canva, and UiPath did the same. The AI boom is continuing this trend. Nvidia's rise enriched engineers, managers, and early shareholders as stocks surged over 200% in 18 months. Tech is unique because of speed and scalability. A successful app can hit $100 million in revenue in 2 years, compared to a direct-to-consumer brand that might take a decade. What do all these industries have in common? 3 things happen together. Scale, reaching millions, not dozens. A Shopify store, a global tech platform, a factory supplying worldwide. Leverage, using systems, not just your labor. Mortgages in real estate, other people's money in finance, code in tech, machines in manufacturing. Growth, riding a wave bigger than yourself. EV adoption, AI, aging populations, luxury spending in emerging markets. Industries at the intersection of scale, leverage, and growth continuously produce millionaires. The takeaway? Don't chase a single company or product. Position yourself inside the right system. Millionaires don't happen by accident, they happen by design. And that design is always the same. Thanks for watching. See you next time, my friend.